So you got back
What,
on.
if anything, forced the change in you or your life? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would like to think that I started to change in the 20s, when I first started going to church. But then I realized I was just going to church. I was like really religious back then, and I wasn't really developing a relationship with God. So it's not until maybe 30, 31 that I started to like really decide that I don't want to do the things I was doing anymore, or making the decisions I was making anymore, or treating people the way I was treating them anymore.
Mean as
So it would
hell.
have to be, huh?
Mean as hell.
I don't think I was ever mean. I think I was
Oh,
very
you so cute.
condescending. Nah, I was very condescending and very
That's
judgmental. So it's
that's
probably
part
not
of being
until,
mean.
I mean,
Whose baby is dying in the
you say tomato, and I say orange. So yeah,
then
I
you're
don't think
wrong.
I was
What
mean.
are you talking about? If I'm talking
I
about
don't
tomato,
think I
that's a
was mean.
tomato, and you say orange, you wrong.
I feel
What
that
is going on
pineapple
in that
coming
house, bro?
in a
See,
few
hey,
minutes.
hey,
Stop. Go
Shirley,
and sit
Pierre,
down.
let
Shirley,
her talk so
my
she can
bad, my
be
bad. But
educated.
you're right. But that's that lot of the education. You say tomato, I say orange. Go ahead.
I mean, you did come up here to get educated too. You found your life in Fort Lauderdale, so whatever. Anyway,
My both my bachelor's degree from FAU. That's in Palm Beach. What are
Hey,
you
cut
talking
that
about?
shit, man. We
Miami.
got a question to answer. What, if anything, forced you to change? Cassandra.
yeah, I already answered it.
All right, bet. Zeke, you on? I
Yo.
don't hear nothing. All right, well, I'm gonna take it as he's not on.
All
Pierre,
right,
you
clear for
answer the
you.
question at first. Um, change for me, bro. I think that started with my first son. Like that to me, bro. Like I don't know what happened, bro, but like after that happened, is like you got to look at life different. You got to move different. Now I'm trying to leave behind some kind of legacy. I'm trying to like educate a son on, you know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z said, you know what I'm saying? It took him 26 years to get where he at, bro. You feel I'm trying to cut the time in half, you feel me? Like, so I know I was fucked up from this age until 30 something or whatever what time he was born. I need to at least make him at 15, he need to be like, oh, you good. You know, this, that, and the third, the stuff that I didn't learn from my peoples, you know what I'm saying? I need to enlist that in him. So I think that's the biggest change. And then when the second one came, it's like I got to double time it. You know what I'm saying? So
Do you feel
that's the
like you're
biggest
in a
change for me.
rush?
I'm not in a rush. You know what I'm saying? But I just know I know I have a
Timeline.
not a timeline. I have something that I want to give them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But it's not necessarily the time. Like, I just said the Jay-Z line for the
Yeah, I got
to
you.
get the expression of it, but I just know I want to teach them shit that I didn't get. You know what I'm saying? And at
Mm.
least let them know that the knowledge is out there, or you can move this kind of way with it. Like I had to get this shit by myself and learn it. You know what I'm saying? So I rather be okay. Me, I'm a vessel here. If you got questions, bro, you can ask me whenever time. I want to keep the doors open. Like Haitian dads, you know what I'm saying? I don't Pierre, I know you had a Haitian dad, but Haitian dads ain't real open with they information, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
they
that
might
shit
got
real
it.
dumb.
Yeah, they might got it, but they ain't gonna give it. You know what I'm saying? Or they might not know how to give it. But I
Listen,
want to be open enough.
I would say one thing about my pops. Me and my pops don't have the best relationship, but whatever knowledge that he had, he would definitely impart on me. Um, I mean, I'm not saying the way he did it was the best, but I can say that if there was something to be taught, he taught me. He might have taught me at the end of a fucking whip, but he taught me nonetheless. You know, so
I fuck with it. All right, so
I was gonna add something to what Cliff said. I
mhm.
think being becoming a parent, especially when the time that we became parents, we became parents in our very late 20s, or in our like early 30s. That kind of actually pushes you a little faster than your friends who don't have kids to grow up and make like different decisions, because now you have someone who is, and I know it's really cliche, but it's just truth. you have someone who's solely dependent on you, not for just food and shelter, but they're also dependent on you for guidance. They're dependent on you to rear them or shape them in a way and send them off on the way they should go. So when our friends who don't have kids get to still do things like, they could get like win $500 at a casino, and just like kind of blow it or live life. We in turn, we win that 500. If we even win it at a casino, you got to take it and be like, okay, now I got this bill to pay. I got to invest in this college fund or this, that, and the fourth. So I do believe having kids, especially if it's sometime in your 20s, kind of speeds up you living or speeds up making you grow up.
So with that, like I agree, but I think it's all a matter of like perspective. So for example, like me, I don't have no kids, but like my entire life was always worried about my family. So like every decision I've ever made was how can I help my family? Like from me going to the military or me playing college football or whatever I did was always like, how can I help my family? How can I help my family? So that's why I don't most of the people that know me know I'm cheap. I don't spend money on myself, but it was always because I was worried about like, damn, what if my brother, my sister, my mom, my dad needed some shit, and I'm out here spending my money on bullshit when I could just save it for them, or one of my homeboys needs some money. Oh man, I don't have it because I was buying this nonsense. I was buying J's at the time, whatever the fuck it was. So I think it was just a matter of perspective when you what responsibility looks to. I wouldn't say responsibility. When you get to that level of responsibility, because like my dad told me when I was like 8 years old was the first time my dad told me I was the man of the house. If I'm not there, you got to take care of everybody. So I always took that. It was embedded in me at the young age. Like, okay, shit, what do I got to do to take care of my family? What do I got to do to every decision? Literally every decision was for that.
I ain't gonna lie. I do that to Junior too, bro. I ain't gonna like when I'm
leaving. You can't place that burden on them, dog. That's the situation.
Now that you said it, I'm not gonna do it no more because like when I leave the house, I'm like, okay, Bean, hey, you gotta make sure mommy and Kason is good, and then he got that pressure on his back, and I don't even notice it. You know what I'm saying? I just say, oh, Bean, I'm outside the house, so you the one who got to take care of all this now.
How old is he?
You do it innocently though. It's an innocent thing, and it's actually an ignorance that we do it because I tell Shalom too.
That's what I'm saying. Until Pierre said it, I didn't even.
You don't realize it's wrong.
It didn't click to me like that.
You don't realize it's wrong.
I wouldn't say it's wrong, but it's a lot to embed in a child at a young age, dog. Like it's like
he's 5, bro. You did ask how old.
Yeah, five. Like, it was between 6 and 8 that my dad first told me that. He told me again at 10, and so it was like, man, like I'll get too deep, but he would do certain things. He would expect more of me than he would expect of other siblings. You know what I'm saying? And it literally affects me to this day because of that same thing that he told me when I was between 6 and 8. I'm 38 now, and it's affecting me to this day. You know what I'm saying? So like you can do it, but I just feel like the way it was done, the way it's done is like, don't place that much burden on them. Just slowly start giving them more and more responsibility. Like a step instead of throwing them into the pool, give them stairs so they can walk